Thanks for joining me today. I'm Aaron Rutten, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate the Foliage brush pack I created for Corel Painter. The first brush in this pack is called Bushes. Many of these brushes can use both your main color and your additional color. So I'll select my main color. I'll choose a brighter, more yellow-green for my highlight. I'll click on the additional color and I'll choose a cooler green that's a bit darker. Now if I paint with this brush, you can see I get a mixture of those two colors together. And I can build this up to make these really nice bush textures. If I want there to be less contrast, I can click back on my main color and just make it a bit closer to that additional color. Now I have less contrast. And if I want to, I could even have a bush that's a different color, like this. The next brush is called Dab Stencil Foliage. I'm going to go ahead and switch my main color back to a green color here. And if I paint with this, and I get this really nice foliage. This could be clumps of leaves. As its name implies, this brush can use the Dab Stencil, so if I go up to the Shape property here, and I look under Dab Stencil, here I can change my Dab Stencil to something else, let's say gravel. And now when I paint, I get a different texture for the leaves that come out of my brush. Now the leaves are more tightly clumped together. We could change our Dab Stencil to something else. Let's say windblown. And now if I wanted a tree that looks kind of like this with leaves that are more upright, then I can get foliage like that. And I could even paint like this to get grass. This brush has some color variability, so if you want to control that, you can do that here in the color variability panel. The next brush is Dense Particle Leaves. I'm going to change my color to something that's a bit darker. And if I paint with this, I get these really dense leaves, but right now it looks more like grass because of the flow map that I have selected. So I'll change my flow map back to gravel. Now I get a different texture here that looks more like leaves. And if I change my flow map again, let's say to clouds, then I get an even different texture. Now you can of course select lighter colors, and you can build up highlights as well if you like. The next brush is Flower Petals. I'm going to choose a pinkish color like this, and then for my additional color, I'll choose a darker kind of red-violet. Now the trick with this brush is to pull out a straight line, and then move either left or right to create a petal. And this is kind of a flat petal, but what you could do is as you're moving left or right, move kind of up or down, and then you can make the petal a little bit more wavy. You can also do kind of C shapes like this if you want curved petals. Now if I want there to be less contrast, I can do that. And I can have petals that look like this. And of course I can have really small flowers and really big flowers depending on the size of the brush that I use or the size of the stroke that I make. Moving on to the next brush, we have Map Dab Speckles. As its name implies, this brush can use the flow map, but it can also use the Dab Stencil. So let's go ahead and switch our flow map to gravel. I'm also going to select a greenish color here for my main color. And I'll paint some foliage, and you can see I get these really nice speckles that kind of spray out. If I make my brush smaller, then I can get smaller speckles. If I make my brush larger, then I can get bigger speckles. So I can change my flow map here in the flow maps panel, or I could change it up here in the shape properties under flow maps. The Dab Stencil is using the flow map. So if I selected something else like marbled, then I'd get a slightly different texture when I'm painting. Those particles are going to be concentrated into that flow map, so into this white area and not in the black area. Change my flow map to something else like clouds, and then I get a slightly different pattern. And again, I can select a lighter color for my highlight, and I can put highlight leaves on top of that. You could even mix up these different flow maps and mix them together. There's no reason why you can't take gravel and put gravel on top of clouds or clouds on top of gravel and so on. The next brush is Flow Map Leaves. This brush uses your main and additional color, so I'll just choose my additional color, make that something a bit darker and a cooler green. If I paint with this brush, I get these really dense leaves that are clustered together. So I can make these really nice bushes like this, or just individual trees. The flow map is controlling the distribution of the leaves, so if I make that different, let's say I change that to something like windblown, then the texture I get is going to be kind of more vertical. So again, this might work better for grass or something like that. If I wanted it to look more like leaves, then I could set it to something like marbled, and now it's more clumped together like leaves. The next brush is Flow Organic Leaves. This brush uses the main and additional color, and if I paint with it, I get these really nice leaves that have a little bit of gap in between. If I wanted dead leaves, I could choose a different color scheme here. And then I could have dead leaves if I wanted to. Moving on to the next brush, we have grass blades. I'm going to change my color to a greenish color here for my main and additional color. And I'm just going to pull a vertical stroke straight up like this. Now you could do this to create grass blades like this if you wanted to, but what works really well is if you pull straight up and then you pull down really quickly, and you get that nice little hook on the end. So you have kind of a stem and then a leaf that comes off the grass blade. You can also pull up really quickly like this, and you could make wider grass blades like this. And depending on the gesture that you make, you can get all kinds of different shapes out of this brush. You can make small grass by doing shorter, smaller strokes. You could do big grass with bigger, broader strokes. The next brush is Oily Dab Stencil Foliage. If I paint with this brush, I get this really nice oily foliage. Right now, because of the dab stencil I have selected, I'm getting something that looks more like grass. But if I choose a flow map, let's say like clouds here, I want to turn the scale down quite a bit, then I get a texture that looks more like leaves. And this gives me this really nice, oily, smudgy kind of effect. So if I take other colors and I blend them into it, and they blend together really nicely. If I go back to my windblown here and I paint, then you can see I can add highlights on top of my grass as well. If I change my flow map or my dab stencil to gravel, then you can see I get an even different texture here. Moving on to palm leaf, we can draw really nice palm leaves. The trick for this brush is to kind of do a curved stroke that goes up and over. The faster you do it, the more the palm leaves are going to spread out. So I'm just doing kind of quick strokes like this, quick curves. And I can get a really nice palm leaf. This brush uses your main and your additional color, so you can add more contrast to it if you like. I get all those nice details in the palm leaves. Moving on to particle foliage. Gives us these nice particles that create foliage. These are a bit thicker and more opaque and clumpier. I'm using my main and additional color, so if I change one of those colors to something else, then as you can see I have those two colors mixed together. If I make my brush smaller, those particles are going to be smaller, so I get kind of a more clumpy texture here. If I make my brush really large, those particles are going to spread out more. And when you size your brush using these particle brushes, the size you choose is not necessarily going to represent the size of the particles that you get. For example, if I make my brush really small, then I'm getting a smaller stroke. But if I make my brush absolutely humongous, you might imagine that my brush stroke would be that large. But if I do a stroke, it's not. It's quite a bit smaller. So if you want really, really, really big particles, just make your brush its maximum brush size, like so. The next brush is Plant Brush. This brush uses your main and additional color, so I'm just going to choose a more appropriate color here, like this dark green. Do a brush stroke. And with this brush, you just draw stems by pulling straight up. Then coming off of the stems, you can do really quick strokes or curves to create leaves. I can create these really nice plants quickly and easily. I can have plants that have leaves that go up. I can have plants that have leaves that are curvy. And I can draw all kinds of different plants. I could even just draw little plants that come out of the ground like this that don't have stems. If I want to draw stems, I just draw slowly and don't move my brush too much. And when I want to draw leaves, I draw really quick strokes that come off of those. The next brush is Tropical Leaves. I'm going to pull up a stroke and make it kind of wavy like this. And tropical leaves give you leaves that look a little bit more tropical. They move around a bit more. They're a little bit more irregular. So you can get something that looks kind of like that. Again, this brush is using your main and your additional color. The next brush is Veiny Leaves. This also uses your main and additional color, but this gives you leaves that are a bit more veiny and not quite as irregular. So I can draw a lot of nice leaves really quickly with this brush. And the final brush is called Worn Grass. And this gives me this really nice grass texture. If I wanted to do kind of a distant field, I could sprinkle it in like this. I'm just painting back and forth over this to build it up. And I could switch to a lighter color like this and add some highlights on top of that. And I have my nice field of grass. You can also tap and hold with this brush to build up the grass. And I can select a highlight color and I can put highlights on top of that. And I can get grass that looks like it's closer. So there you go, that's a demonstration of how to use the Foliage brush pack I created for Corel Painter. You can download these brushes at aaronrutten.com.